Good morning. We're going to call the April 2nd Stormwater Management Committee to order. Can we roll call, please?
Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Here. Garcia. Nero. Pojek.
Here.
Police.
Yes.
Tornatori. Yusuf. Zay.
Here. Do we have anybody joining remotely? Yusuf? Okay, a quorum of the members is physically present. I will entertain a motion to permit those members not physically present due to illness, disability, employment purposes, or business of the board, family, or other emergency and unexpected childcare obligations to participate by video conference. Moved by member Desart, second by member Evans. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Welcome, member Yusuf. Okay, we'll move on to public comment. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes per person. Our first one, Catherine Franzik.
Good morning, DuPage leaders. Happy Earth Month. My name is Catherine Franzik, and I'm the environmental chair for the League of Women Voters, for the Wheaton League of Women Voters, but we serve the communities of Carroll Stream, Warrenville, West Chicago, Winfield, and Wheaton. I also sit on the board of the Upper Mississippi River Region Interleague organization that's focused on advocating and education regarding the Upper Mississippi River region. It consists of members of leagues in Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Illinois, and St. Louis. You are sincerely invited to join us for an upcoming event, Healthy Communities, Our Water and Watersheds, on April 24th at Scarce at 7 p.m. It will be an in-person meeting and also virtual. We are thrilled to have our local experts, Sarah Hunn, our Stormwater Management Director, Eric Knighty, the Director of Natural Resources for the DuPage Forest Preserve, Kay McKean, founder of Scarce, and Gretchen Sable, who is the Communications Director for the Upper Mississippi River Region League. We will learn about our relationship with water and our watersheds, the vital work being done here in DuPage County in managing our stormwater division, collaborating with Forest Preserve District on stream restoration and wetlands protection. A view from Gretchen Sable from Minnesota on the work of the Upper Mississippi River Region League, and Kay will provide us with guidelines for how we as citizens can help to protect our waters. As leaders, your attendance at this event speaks volumes to our attendees about the importance of water protection and the sharing of knowledge about the terrific work being done here in DuPage and elsewhere. We find that when we engage and teach our neighbors about the work being done, they come away with a new appreciation of the amazing natural resources we have here in DuPage and take action themselves to do their part. You all should have received an email from me and with the invitation, but I'll resend it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, Kay McKean. Okay.
Morning, everybody. Glad to be here. Yeah, happy Earth Month. Thank you, Catherine. So lots going on this month being Earth Month. Our 18th annual Sustainable Design Challenge is coming up. We are so excited about that. And thank you for your help with that. April 13th at the fairgrounds, we will have our recycling event that really impacts water quality. We are working again with the sheriff to collect medicines, EpiPens, and syringes. I have just organized 3 of those events now for 2024 with the sheriff. We're delighted to keep those things out of our water. We'll also be collecting mercury items like mercury thermometers and thermostats and barometers to keep those out of our landfills and keep that out of our water. We've had an amazing first quarter. We did 101 programs from January, February, and March in schools, businesses, churches, park districts, libraries. That was 2,834 attendees. We also had 8 meetings with Catherine and Sarah organizing this meeting coming up, this program on April 24th. And we are anticipating a huge April. 2 middle schools, we are doing every single student with watershed programs. So we're really excited about that. So thank you guys for all that you do to help us do what we love to do.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you for everything. And we look forward to the sustainable design on Tuesday, April 16th. So we'll send a reminder out to board members and anybody else. Will be down in the atrium again as usual. Thank you. Thank you for everything, Kay. We got a lot on the agenda, so we're gonna move forward. Chairman's remarks. Just want to thank staff. Obviously, the weather hasn't been great, so we're gonna have some interesting next couple of days. So Sarah gets the text, it's raining heavy out. So from me, usually, she's on top of it. She says, usually I know, so that's good. But again, thanks to staff. I know we got some interesting weather coming here in the next several days. Move on to approval of the minutes. Is there a motion on 24-10-32? Moved by member Tornatori, second by member Garcia. Any questions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Move on to claims report. Is there a motion on 24-10-42? Schedule of claims, March 2024. Moved by member Garcia, second by member Police. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Move on to item 7, budget transfer. Can I have a motion on 24-10-98, transfer of funds from 3,054,110, equipment and machinery of $96,000 to automotive equipment, from Stormwater to Public Works. This is collaborative to buy equipment, for a dump truck. Moved by member Garcia, second by member Desart. Any questions? Did we get delivery on that dump truck? Is that just going in the queue for like 2 years from now?
This will be so we can complete the requisition. We want to make sure the funds are in the account before we move forward with the requisition.
Okay, sounds good. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Item number 8, is there any questions on staff reports? Member-
It's not really a question, but it's a comment. I had already talked to Sarah about this via email yesterday. I'm looking under the program or the events coming up. We've got a lot of work going on in District 2. One of them that I'm very excited about is the St. Joseph Creek condos that we're gonna go forward with the gates in 2013. I mean, that was one of the multiple times that they flooded out in their garage and all their cars and mechanicals were ruined. So over 200 property owners will be helped by this. So I just wanted to give staff a great big thanks for continuing on to get this complete or getting to the point where it's going to be at least started. So that's great. So thank you.
Sounds good. Any other questions on staff reports? Hearing none, is there a motion to receive and place on file? Moved by member Brummel, second by member Pojek. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Move on to action items. Can I have a motion on SMP 724, intergovernmental agreement between the county of DuPage and the village of Carroll Stream, Klein Creek Stream Bank Stabilization, the amount not to exceed $100,000. Moved by member Desart, second by member Evans. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion on SMP 824, approval of a contract issued to Geostatic Consultants for professional engineering services from April 9th, 2024 to November 1st, 2025, in the amount not to exceed $90,000. Member Garcia, maybe second by member Evans. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries. I have a motion on SMP 924, agreement between County of DuPage and NCAP to provide professional native vegetation services for stormwater management from May 1st, 2024 through April 30th, 2025, the amount not to exceed $100,000. Moved by member Garcia, second by member Police. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I have a motion on SMP 1024, approval of agreement between the County of DuPage and VT Construction, provide professional native vegetation management services for stormwater management from May 1st, 2024 through April 30th, 2025, and the contract amount not to exceed $75,000. Member Garcia, second by member Evans. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I have a motion on SMP 1124, approval of agreement between County of DuPage and Paizo Associates, provide professional native vegetation services for stormwater management from May 1st, 2024 through April 30th, 2025, amount not to exceed $50,000. Moved by member Garcia, second by member Hinderlong. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I have a motion on FAR 624, acceptance appropriation. Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, Water Quality Management Grant, intergovernmental agreement, the amount not to, the amount of $125,600. Moved by member Garcia, second by member Evans. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Could I have a motion on PWP 924, recommendation approval contract issued to CIT Trucks Rockford to procure 2025 Kenilworth T480 chassis from April 10th, 2024 through April 9th, 2025, contract not to exceed $193,123 for Public Works Stormwater.
Second.
Member Garcia, seconded by Member Pojek. Member Garcia and I get to trade off driving the truck. Okay, well, I can go get mine again, okay? Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Oppose, motion carries. That's it for our things. Sorry, I ran through them. We have a presentation today from the Conservation Foundation, and I'd like to welcome Brooke McDonald to give us an update of what's going on at the Conservation. Very quickly.
Did you hear what I just said, though? Okay. I don't think I need a microphone, but that's okay. So yeah, we're just here to thank you for the long partnership the Conservation Foundation's had with the Stormwater Committee, give you an update on some of the things we're doing together. And Amy's here also. Amy Phillips is our DuPage County Program Director at the Conservation Foundation. So we'll just go next slide, please. Okay. If you're not familiar with who we are, our mission at the Conservation Foundation is to preserve land, clean up our rivers and streams, provide education and community outreach. And for some of you, you know that we run an organic vegetable farm in Naperville, which is pretty cool. You can see the counties that we work in. Most of the work we do is in DuPage County, but we work in multiple counties, mostly the collar counties, and we are an accredited organization through the Land Trust Accreditation Commission. Next slide, please. We've been working together with you for 22 years now, and I think between the work we're doing together and the work that Kay is doing and other organizations, I feel that we're really moving the needle on getting people involved and engaged and educated on the importance of having clean water and stormwater management. I think I remember back in 1989 standing in this very same spot, perhaps at this very same podium, advocating on behalf of the Conservation Foundation for the passage of the Stormwater Ordinance. That was a long time ago. And then I was a volunteer for the Conservation Foundation, and I've been working there as the CEO now since 1996. But the Conservation Foundation and the counties had a long partnership. Even before our contractual relationship in 2002, Stormwater staff and the committee were very strong partners with the Conservation Foundation for many, many years. At that time, we were a small organization, mostly volunteer run, and we didn't have the capacity to expand the things we were doing countywide, but it was our relationship that provided the funding that allowed us to scale up what we were doing locally and do a countywide. And we've been doing that with you now for 22 years. Next slide, please. So the DuPage River Sweep is sort of our big one. We started this actually in Warrenville, Mayor Brummel. We started this back in 1991. I remember we had like 85 volunteers show up, and we just did a little stretch along the west branch of the DuPage River into West Chicago, Warrenville, and down through Naperville. Today, it's a county-wide event. It's been that way for quite some time. It's 33rd year that we've been doing it. It's on May the 4th. And working with you and our partnership, we've had nearly 16,000 people involved, removing more than 300 tons of trash out of our streams in DuPage County. Last year alone, we had nearly 800 people show up and volunteer to clean up trash. Now just imagine that after 33 years, still 800 people showing up to clean up trash out of our rivers and streams. And I remember when we first started doing it, the first 5 years, we were taking out large items that have been in the river for a long time. My favorite is a change machine. Remember those? A change machine we pulled out of the river just below the bridge at Gary's Mill Road. And we traced it back, called the sheriff, and it had been stolen 8 years prior to that. So, you know, some interesting items, a lot of big items early on. Now it's just a whole lot of little stuff that finds its way into our local rivers and streams. Unfortunately, a lot of plastic I don't know what we do about that, but that's a big problem. But so we have more people involved in the sweep, less trash to pull out. So now we're up in the tributaries and up in the detention ponds where people are working in their neighborhoods and now planting trees and native vegetation. So as long as people want to get engaged, we'll find things for them to do. We always thought that we'd put ourselves out of business with the river sweep, but a lot of people still want to be involved. Next slide, please. Adopt a Stream is a program that you came up with that we administer on your behalf. This is an opportunity for volunteers to do more than just that one day of the river sweep and adopt sections of the stream. So it's another way to get businesses and communities involved in a year-round effort to clean up our rivers and streams. And this has been a very successful program. Next slide, please. Our Conservation at Home program. This is a program where we encourage people to plant native plants in their yard and install rain barrels and just do things to reduce the amount of runoff leaving their properties, which helps in both water quality and hopefully in stormwater management. This is a program that we run in multiple counties. But if you look down at that lower bar down there, we've been involved partnering with other organizations and yourself with certifying more than 3,000 properties as nature friendly and 654 people just in DuPage County alone. So I think we've reached almost a tipping point with people interested in planting native plants. Every native plant sale now, and there are several of them in the spring, they all sell out. The suppliers can't keep up with the demand. So this is something that we've all been promoting for nearly 20 years, and I think we're at a tipping point now where people get and understand the functional value of native plants. Next slide, please. This is a new program, Winter Chloride Watchers. So we now have volunteers that go out and they collect water samples from October through March, and they test the level of salinity in the water, and that's put into an app. And it's a way to engage people and to educate them about our concerns with too much salt in the water, and also to educate them. And I know that this is a new program, and we've had over 60 sites just in DuPage County monitored. In fact, Amy said she did her site just yesterday. Next slide, please. There you go. Okay. Whoops. There you go. Okay. We also produce a lot of infographics that we share with our municipal partners, and it's just a way for people to leverage this information and get it out to people through their electronic newsletters in municipalities and other organizations, just to spread the word about the importance of us having clean water and things people can do to engage in clean water. So we call these our quarterly seasonal outreach materials. We produce these and then we share them out with everyone, and you're a partner with this. Next slide. And I think this might be the last one. In addition, beyond the basics, we did this as a technical workshop that we do every other year. We did this in February, and we had 121 people participate. And that's a really important educational conference we do with you. And of course, the storm drain medallions, I know others do this as well. We started the storm drain stenciling program back in 1992, and I like the medallions a lot better, which is a lot better than spraying spray paint on our roads. So I think the medallions work out really well here. So all these things combined, everything that we're doing, you're doing, Kay's doing, I really feel that we have a very robust water quality education and outreach program in DuPage County. And you guys are key partners. You provide the funding, you provide the horsepower to allow these programs to be successful. I think that was my last slide. Okay, yeah. So thank you for your long sustaining partnership with the Conservation Foundation.
Okay. Questions for Brooke? No? Well, I want to thank Brooke. Obviously, we've had a long relationship, and it's grown. And it's grown in the best way because we're all working in the same patterns. We want to make sure our rivers are protected. We got clean water. We're conserving our resources, and you guys do a great job for us, not only through the contract, but you do so much more. I know we worked with you with your fresh fruit, fresh vegetables this year.
Right.
Through, I don't know if you
funding.
can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. So we've been growing organic vegetables at our farm in Naperville for more than 20 years, and we've always wanted to expand beyond just the CSA model and get more involved in food pantries, because those are the people that need healthy food the most. And so the county board, as many of you remember, approved an ARPA grant for us to partner up in the Itasca area with 5 food pantries up there with the bank and their customers. And we're entering our second growing season this year with that. That's been a very popular program. We have a lot more food pantries, obviously, that's contacted us and said, hey, we want some of that stuff too, because it's fresh, it's local, it's picked one day and delivered to the food pantries the next day. And it's organically certified, very nutritious and very healthy. So thank you for that as well.
Great. Any other questions?
Yeah, is that open to the public?
I'm sorry?
Is that open to the public?
Yes, you have to be a shareholder. So
Okay.
we're 96% sold. So there are still a few shares people can buy to participate in the program. I know, Lucy, I think you've been involved in this for several years. Yeah.
Mayor Brummel? Well, Mark?
Looky there, I did the same thing. A lot of good things in Warrenville over the last couple of decades because of our association with the county and with Conservation Foundation. So I wanted to thank you for that. Warrenville is a much better place than it ever was, except maybe before it was settled at this point. And then a reminder that if you want to start another wildly successful program, it's proven that if you started in Warrenville, it will be wildly successful.
I don't need research to know that, Mayor. I intuitively know that. Thank you. Thank you very much. And
No other questions? Okay, we do have a proclamation, so. I was gonna say, we had darker hair, but yours seems to continue to be dark. Mine seems to continue
if
to.
you look closely, I'm getting there.
Well, thank you. And we wanted to do this proclamation here because of our membership with our municipal members, because Conservation Foundation not only does stuff for the county, but for the entire county and through all our municipalities. So we thought it would be good. So, and our staff knows how much I love reading proclamations. So the proclamation is, whereas the County of DuPage through the Stormwater Management Department and municipalities, townships, and park districts recognize the ongoing stream cleanup and restoration as essential for the preservation of waterways throughout DuPage County and northeastern Illinois. And whereas DuPage County River Sweep is a county-wide stream cleanup and restoration event organized by the Conservation Foundation and held in cooperation with the American Rivers National River Cleanup. And whereas the purpose of the River Sweep is to encourage community and volunteer groups to help sweep our rivers clean by picking up debris in and along our waterways and by participating in stream restoration projects. And whereas stream cleaning efforts have been very successful with more than 15,700 volunteers removing over 300 tons of debris from DuPage County streams since 1991. And whereas the DuPage County Stormwater Management Planning Committee congratulates the conservation on 33 successful years for this event. Now therefore it be resolved that all residents of DuPage County are encouraged to make a difference in the quality of water in the area, and further urged to support and participate the River Sweep held this year on Saturday, May 4th, 2024. Can I have a motion? Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I mean, the River Sweep, I mean, it has been, you might get me out this year.
Okay.
You know, because this is the first year in 18 years I haven't had a kid's baseball game to go to on that Saturday. So, or I've been traveling down to a college somewhere in Southern Illinois. But again, the work that you do and the pictures that come out of all the trash that's picked up, I don't think people realize what goes into these rivers and streams. And just even the small creeks in the area, the stuff. And people think it's, you know, I get so upset and I think I'll rescue if somebody just opens up the car door, throws something out, you know, cigarette butts, you know, like you said, bottles of water, pop, whatever. It's all over the place. So your guys' efforts and the education you guys do of cleaning our streams is greatly appreciated.
Thank you. I mean, I think a lot of us grew up with that, you know, keep America beautiful and remember the Indian at the side of the road. And I No, we need to get back to sort of litter abatement and litter education because there are generations that didn't grow up with that national campaign. And so we have some work to do. So we didn't think we'd be doing this for 33 years. We thought we'd put ourselves out of business, but there's work to be done and there's people that want to help. And as long as there are people that want to help, then we want to provide opportunities for community engagement. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to old business. Any old business? Remember to start? Nothing? Oh, you have new business. Okay. Because it rained last night. I heard thunder. I thought of you when I heard that. So you'd be up. Okay, we'll move on to new business. Any new business? Seeing no new, oh, remember to start? New business?
Oh, thank you, Chair. I believe that we have the best stormwater management team in the country. And so I want to shout from the rafters whenever good things happen, and they happen all the time. I read this in the packet. So for new business, I just want to thank the stormwater management team for being recognized for the engineering excellence from the American Council of Engineering Companies for the Smith and Cambridge Drainage Improvement Project in unincorporated West Chicago. It was a $1.8 million project that we financed through ARPA funds, and just, you guys do excellent work, and I just wanted to acknowledge that and say thank you.
Great. And yeah, I do too. And want to thank staff, but you also took our steam because it's coming before the county board meeting next week. So I think it's next week, right?
We will confirm that with the council.
Okay. Okay. Nick says no. So no, that's right. But no, we want to bring that before the county board. So yeah, that's a great project. We got recognized for an ARPA project in the unincorporated area. So again, using our funds correctly.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Member Desart.
I have an item for new business. The Conservation Foundation does their Earth Day event and I get the emails and I see different organizations. I saw DuPage County Forest Preserve as a sponsor and doing a table, and I asked our staff, why aren't we doing one? So with just consent, it looks like we would like to do a table. We'll send that out to the committee members who want to attend the event. The auditor wants to know who, your age, your height, what year you were born, and everything else. So we'll get that information to you. But is there any objection to doing a sponsorship at the event? Obviously, we should support the Conservation Foundation. Okay, hearing none, that's great. We did have executive session, but we are running out of time. So with consent of the board, we will do that next month. Sound good? Okay. With that, nothing else. Is there a motion to adjourn? Moved by Member Hinterlong, second by Member Evans. All in favor? Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.